ओंकारस्तन्निवर्तकः अन्धकारनिरोधित्वात् गुरुरित्यभिधीयते। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ मौनव्याख्या प्रकटितपरब्रह्मतत्त्वं युवानं वैशिष्ठान्ते वसद्विषिगणे आवृतं ब्रह्मनिष्ठैः। आचार्येन्द्रं करकलितचिन्मुद्रमाधरूपं स्वात्मा रामं मुदितवदनं दक्षिणामूर्तिमीडे। विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यं निजान्तर्गतं पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिर्भूतं यथा निद्रया। यत्सा कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयं तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः। इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये। बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्र्यचित्रीकृतम्। मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगी नयस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः। इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये। यस्यैव स्फुरणं सदात्मकमसकल्पार्थगं भासते साक्षात् तत्त्वमसीति वेदवचसा यो बोधयत्याश्रितान्। यत्साक्षात्करणात् भवे न पुनरावृत्तिर्भवान् भो निधौ तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः। इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये। नानाच्छिद्रघटोदरस्थितमहादीपप्रभास्वरम् ज्ञानं यस्य तु चक्षुरादिकरणद्वारा बहिस्पन्दते। जानामीति तमेव भान्तमनुवाप्येतत्समस्तं जगत् तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः। इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये। देहं प्राणमपीन्द्रियाण्यपि चलां बुद्धिं च शून्यं विभो स्त्रीबालान्धजडोपमास्त्वहमिति भ्रान्ता दृशं वादिनः। मायाशक्तिविलासकल्पितमहा व्यामोहसंहारिणे तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः। इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये। राहुग्रस्तदिवाकरेन्दुसदृशो मायासमाच्छादनात् सन्मात्रः करणोपसंहरणतो यो भूत्सुषुप्तः पुमान्। प्रागस्वाप्समिति प्रबोधसमये यः प्रत्यभिज्ञायते तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः। इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये। बाल्यादिष्वपि जाग्रदादिषु तथा सर्वास्वस्थास्वपि व्यावृत्तास्वनुवर्तमानमहत्यन्तस्फुरन्तं सदा। स्वात्मानं प्रकटीकरोति भजतां यो मुद्रया भद्रया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः। इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये। Vishwam pasyati karyakaranataya Swaswami sambandhataha Shishyacharyataya tathaiva pitraputradyatmana vedataha Swapne jagrati va esha purusho maya paribhramitaha Tasmai Śrī Gurumurtaye Namayedam Śrī Dakṣināmūrtaye Bhurambhansya nalo nilombaramah Natho himanshuh puman Ityabhati characharatmakamidam Yasyaiva murtyashtakam Nanyat kinchana vidyate vimsatam Yasmat parasmat vibhoho Tasmai Śrī Gurumurtaye Namayedam Śrī Dakṣināmūrtaye Sarvatmattvamiti sputīkritamidam Yasmadamushminstave Tenasya shravanat tadarthamananat Dhyanat cha sankirtanat Sarvatmatva mahavibhuti sahitam Syadishvaratvam svataha Siddhe tat punarashtada parinatancha Aishvaryamavyahatam Siddhe tat punarashtada parinatancha Aishvaryamavyahatam Om Śrī Dakṣināmūrtaye Namaha. In spite of the truth of oneself being the ever-free Brahma Atma, and that Brahma Atma is ever evident, ever prasiddha, nitya prasiddha, still because of seeing or trying to apprehend through the upadhi, medium of upadhi, the upadhi characteristics are wrongly transferred onto Atma, which we know as adhyasa. The the attributes of deha are transferred to Atma. The attributes of manaha, etc., they are all transferred to Atma, and then Atma is seen as karta, bhokta, yuva, vruddha, ityadi. So Acharya points out here, these are all due to the power of this maya, which as it were deludes the person. The power of ajnana, avidya, which seems to delude this person. And once this delusion goes by upadesha, then the person understands the true nature, remains in the true nature. Even though it is not something newly gained, but because of ajnana, as though not gained, and by jnana, as though gained, like the dasama. Okay. So here in this shloka, Acharya does the anatma nishedha. What is really anatma? Anatma is only mithya, it is not paramarthika. Vyavaharika, it is namarupa, it is kalpita on Brahmatma. Being kalpita, it is not the true Swarupa, and Atma is ever free from, I am ever free from the attributes and the limitations, the defects of the Upadhi. Like the water, like water is free from the attributes of the wave. That he presents here. Ye vadinaha, those vadis, those who propound, those who hold certain ideas, they say deham atmanam manyante. They consider deha to be atma. But if we analyze that, Deha cannot be Atma. Deha is Drishya. Shariram na Atma. When we say na Atma, we have to understand that equating Atma as good as Shariram, that is negated here. We remember the equation, Vedanta equation. Sharira is Atma, Atma is not Sharira. That is a full understanding. But if one were to equate Sharira with Atma and Atma with Sharira alone, then that is negated here. Shariram Atma na. It is Kalpita. Mayaya Kalpitam. So, that is Drishya. Yat Drishyam tat Drashtuhu and Yat. It is different from the Drashta. So, Drishya, Viveka, we have seen before. Drishyatvat. Also, Atma, I am Chetana, whereas Sharira is Swayam Jada, inert it is. It is enlivened because of my presence, me being there, me blessing the Sharira is alive and capable of doing things, but itself it is Jada. Therefore, I am Chetana, whereas Shariram is Jada. Chetana cannot be Jada. Jadatvam cannot be the Swarupa of Chetana. Therefore, Sharira is being Jada, it is not Atma. And then many other reasons are there. It has Rupa, etc. Atma, I am Nirupaha. Free from the limitation of Rupas, I am. Rupa form means limitation. Desha, limitation. Kala, limitation. Whereas I am free from all these limitations. And the Deha has Amsha, Avayavas. Shiraha, Pani, Adi. Deha has Shiraha, Pani, Adi. Angavan, whereas I am Niramshaha, Niravayavaha. Then Deha is Bhautika, born of Bhuta, Panchabhuta, whereas I am free from the Bhuta Dharma. In fact, I am the truth of the Bhutas. I am the cause of the Bhutas. I am not made of the Bhutas. Therefore, Dehaha na Atma. Alright. Now, some people hold that Prana is Atma. By similar reasoning, in the similar lines, Prana is also Swayam, Jada, etc. By those appropriate reasoning, we understand that Prana also is not Atma. Prana is Atma, Atma is not Prana. That is what is meant by the negation here. Prana is also Vyavaharika, Namarupa. It is Kalpita on the Adhishtanam, which is ever free from Prana Dharma. And then Indriyani api. Indriyani api na Atma. They are Karana. Tesham Karanatvat. They are Karana. Whereas I am not a Karanam. Atma, I am not an instrument. I am not. In fact, because of my blessing alone, presence alone, Indriyadi Karana gain existence, and they are capable of revealing things. I am not the Karana. Like even the holder of a lamp is not the lamp. Okay? So, Indriyani Karanani bhavanti. Therefore, they tani Atma na bhavanti. Okay. Alright. Shruti also very clearly negates these mistakes, these wrong notions. Apranaha, Hyamanaha, ityadi. Mundaka Upanishad we see Yattadadreshyam, Agrahyam, etc. Achakshuhu, Ashrotram, etc. It's very clearly the neti negation is there. Then, these are all okay. But most of the people consider that Buddhi is Atma, the intellect is Atma, the intelligence is Atma, right? They consider, Bhashyakara says, Acharya says, they are also Atma, na. Chalam Buddhim, the Chala Buddhi. Here the Chala word is a Visheshana to Buddhi. and that itself negates. It cannot be Atma. Hetu Garbhita Visheshanam. How can Chala, the impermanent, ever-changing, Parichinna Buddhi be me, the Atma, who is the witness of the Chalana? Okay. I know that Buddhi is changing. I am the witness, Sakshi, right? So, the Sakshi cannot be the Sakshya. Okay. The witness is not the witnessed. Therefore, if I am also Chala, if I am also impermanent, I am also changing, who knows, to whom it is evident that the Buddhi is Chala? The very fact that the Buddhi is Chala, is moving, is changing, is evident to me. That shows that I am not the changing Buddhi and I am not changing also. I am neither Chala nor am I Chala Buddhi. I am free from the dharmas of the Chala Buddhi. I light up the Buddhi. I lend existence to the Buddhi. I am not the Buddhi. Okay. However great my intellect be, but still I am not the Buddhi. Chala Buddhi api Atma na. This is like see, there is this Everest peak is there, and when the climbers are there, when they come near the summit, near the top, there are two steps. Okay, big steps means just a steep rock, not just a 10-foot rock. Some 100-foot, 200-foot rock is there. They have to climb this. One of the most difficult parts in that climb we hear. Climbing Everest is difficult, and this is the most difficult part in the climbing. So crossing this is like Buddhi is Atma. I am the Buddhi. I am Manaha. This is like they give specific names for that rock also. The climbers give. So it is like this rock, hurdle. Not a hurdle. It is, one has to go over that also, see through that also. People identify themselves with their own mind, the states of the mind, right? Like some people who identify with the dehe pushte, aham pushtaha. When the deha is healthy and nourished, I am healthy, I am happy. Okay. Then dehe nashte, when I fall sick, etc., I think that I am good, I am weak. Aham nashtaha ityadi. Like that, manasi pushte, aham pushtaha. Manasi tushte, aham tushtaha. Manasi nashte or hrishte, I am ityadi nashtaha ityadi. Therefore, it's very mind being subtler than the body, there is a closer association, adhyasika tadatmya association. Like we saw tapta ayaha pinda, like the hot iron ball, there is a much closer, more intimate tadatmya with manaha, right? And therefore we see the close identification, and therefore it becomes difficult for a person to see through the fact that I am the sakshi of the manaha also. That if I am happy, when I am happy, it is evident to me. When the mind is in a depressed state, it is evident to me. So all the states of my mind are evident to me, right? I am the sakshi of the various states of the mind. The Upanishad says, kamaha, sankalpaha, dhritihi, adhritihi, ityadi, all that's all sarvam manaha eva. Very clearly it says, desire, the thought, the sankalpa, right, the decision, and then the firmness or lack of firmness, doubt, clarity, knowledge, ignorance, happiness, unhappiness, all belong to manaha only. They are all manodharma, na atma dharma. Nayayika takes these as to belong to Atma. He says Atma has 9 dharmas, sukham ityadi, sentiency, sukha, these are dharmas, attributes of Atma iti Nayayika takes. But then that is not the truth, that is not the correct position. Whereas I am the Sakshi, the Manaha is only Sakshyam. Right? And the Sakshi is ever free from the Drishya Dharma. Therefore, Aham Manaha Api Na. I am the witness of the Manaha also, Buddhi also. Therefore, I am free from dharmas of the Buddhi, which is Chalatvam, etc. Chalam Buddhim Vadinaha Atmanam Manyante. And there is one person, one thinking, which says that Atma is Shunyam. There is nothing. It's all the play of ignorance alone. There is nothing whatsoever as the Adhishtanam. Shunyam alone is the truth of everything. When a person is asleep, deep asleep, there is no perception, there is no individuality, there is no cognition, right? Nothing is there. Is no sukham, there is no dukkham, no experience. Therefore, that alone is the truth, right? I don't know how they conclude that in sleep I am not there. What about waking state? Why do you dismiss the waking state as not indicative of my existence? They take sleep avastha they take, and then they say you are not there, therefore Shunya alone is the truth. Jumping to conclusion without proper enquiry, there is a mistake. It is ardha vicharaha, right? Or even avichara also we can say. It is avichara siddha. Shunya is the truth. Void is the truth of everything is a avichara siddha, right? It is not the fact. Whereas in the later shloka we are going to see that there is pratyabhijna, there is recollection. The one who slept, when the person wakes up, says that I slept well. Okay, I slept well. Who is this I? The one who slept. Okay. If the sleeping person was not present, then how is this pratyabhijna is there? This recollection? I slept well. Right. The fellow should not remember if the fellow was not there in sleep. Therefore, pratyabhijna is a very, very strong indicator. That is not the proof of my existence in sleep, maybe, but it's an indicator. By use arthapati pramana, we can say, by which we understand the presence of Atma in that. I don't know anything because the karana, the next shloka we are going to see, because the karanas are not there, not that I myself am non-existent. So, the Shunya Atma, Sarvam Shunyam, they say, that is sheer, it's just wrong, it's just incorrect. Shunyam, Sarvam Shunyam. Sarvam Mithyana, yes. The Nama Rupatmakam Prapancha is Mithyana, yes. If that is the meaning of Shunya, then put it in that way, put it in that word, explain it properly, but then that is not the position taken. It is not the position taken. Shunya, they mean it. Therefore, Acharya says here, Shunyam iti Bhrantaha, Brisham Bhrantaha, thoroughly confused, ignorant, deluded. We know any kalpana, if waker, if dreamer, if experience is just kalpana, alright, then that kalpana has to happen on some base, on some foundation. Okay? Adhisthana must be there. Without adhisthana, the base, the ground, there cannot be any kalpana. To do a kalpana, the kalpayita, I must be there. Without me being there, where is the kalpana possible? Right? Even to think of myself, I am Shunya, to do that kalpana, I must be there. Then, right? And I cannot negate myself. Right? The drashta, the sakshi cannot be negated. Right? The nishedhakarta, the negator cannot be negated. So the kalpayita cannot be said as you are non-existent. Okay? It cannot be said. Without adhisthana, no kalpana is possible. Even marumarichika, mirage water, right? We say the ground, without the ground being there, there cannot be the perception of mirage water. Ini kalpana means there has to be a ground, an adhisthana. That is, the kalpayita must be there definitely. Even to hallucinate, the individual must be there to have hallucinations, imagination, etc. Therefore, that cannot be negated. If we say no, that also the one who does the kalpana also is a kalpanana. Who says so? Who is the one who dismisses the existence of the kalpayita? Is it the same kalpayita or another kalpayita? The questions. One has to answer those questions correctly, right? So therefore, there is no way of dismissing the Chaitanya as non-existent. Therefore, Shunyam, that's not the correct position. Certain other aspects of the ideas which are not contradictory to the Shruti, which are not contradictory to our Purushartha, they are accepted. They have the relevance, but not this teaching, not this concept, not this teaching. Atma Shunyam, Sarvam Shunyam is not acceptable. On the other hand, we say Sarvam Purnam Brahma. Okay. It is not Shunyam, it is Sarvam Purnam Brahma. Sarvam Purnaha Atma, not Shunyam. So Shunyam Ahamiti, Ye Viduhu, those who think, hold this idea, Acharya says here, Te Jada, Stri, Bala, Anda, Jada, Upamaha. Upama, they are similar to something, they are akin to these. Who are they? Stri, he says. This idea, we are not against stris, okay? We are not masochist or whatever, what we are, no, not that, what do you call that? Misogynist, we are not that. We are not chauvinist, we are not that, okay? Male chauvinism, we are not that. Definitely Acharya is not that. So here, Stri, when he says, that is because in those days, there was no Shastra. There was no Shastra for them. Shastra, the Veda Pramana, was not immediately taught to them. Of course, they may have Apata Jnanam and then some Jnana. There were learned women also, but in general, Sri didn't have access to Shastra, Veda Dhyayana, etc. were not there. Therefore, they were not exposed to the Pramana, with exceptions. Okay? Then, Bala, a young kid who is immature, due to immaturity. And a blind person, the blind person cannot see. The Pramana is not available. So like a blind person, they don't see what is when it is presented. So a blind person is better. The blind person knows that I cannot see. When we tell that here there is a wall, here there is a step, the blind person is intelligent enough to accept that and then proceed, lives intelligently. But then here, even though the Pramana tells, right, the Vriddhas tell, Vriddha Vyavahara is there, even though say that Ishvaraha Asti, right, Atma Asti, Shastram is a Pramana, still they do not take it. Therefore, Andavat, Balavat, Strivat, and Jadavat, like an insentient object. Insentient object, the inert object is Tamo Guna Pradhana, it is. Where Tamas is predominant, Sattva cannot work. Where Sattva is not there, Jnanam cannot work, has no access, cannot work. Therefore, Stri, Bala, Anda, Jada, Upamaha, they are something akin to, similar to these. Therefore, they are Vrisham Bhrantaha, thoroughly deluded as to the truth. Bhrantaha. Alright. If we ask the question, why is this delusion? Acharya says, Maya Shakti Vilasa Kalpita Maha Vyamoha. This is the reason. The grand delusion created by, projected by the Maya Shakti. The manifestation, Vilasa, the various manifestations of the Maya Shakti. And influenced by that, there is this grand delusion. We say, alright, how do I become free from this delusion? We say, Ishvara Anugraha is necessary. As Swamiji says, you have to earn, one has to earn grace. Okay, one has to earn the grace. Earn the grace means Punya karma ityadi one has to do. Subha karma, Punya karma, one has to do. Ishvara Anugraha has to be earned. If Ishvara Anugraha is not there, or enough Anugraha is not there, then one becomes subject to this delusion. Then Nishkama Karmana, by Nishkama Karma, through Karma Yoga, Ishvara Aradhanam is not been done, or not done in enough measure. The word Yajna means Ishvara Aradhana only. In the Upadesha Sadhana Panchakam, okay? Vedo Nityamadhiyatam Taditam Karma Swanushtiyatam Teneshasya Vidiyatam Apachitihi. Tena Swakarmana Apachitihi Puja Ishvarasya Ishasya Apachitihi Vidiyatam. May your duty constitute, your performance of your roles, your responsibilities be an arpana. And in the Gita we say, Yoginaha Karma Kurvanti. Why? How? Sangam Tyaktva. Why? What for? Atma Shuddhaye. Therefore, Chitta Shuddhi is not there because of Ishvara Arpana Bhava, Nishkama Karma, Ishvara Seva is not there. And therefore, because of this reason. And unfortunately, they did not have the blessing of the Sadguru, Guru also. Therefore, in short, the Anugraha, the Kripa, the Anugraha is not there now. That's all. And what should I do? I should earn this grace. That's all. It's simple. I should earn this grace. And when I earn the grace in adequate measure, then that grace fructifies as a Guru manifesting, right? My having access to a Guru, my having Shraddha, my having the sadhana chatushtaya ityadi. Through that, the Mahavyamoha is destroyed. The samhara, the destruction, the removal of this Mahavyamoha is there. And who is the one who does this Mahavyamoha samhara? The Guru. Dhakshinamurti himself is in the form of the Guru. We are not equating the person to Dhakshinamurti, but then in principle, Dhakshinamurti alone is manifest as, Ishvara alone is manifest as the Shastra, as the Guru. Why? Ishvara alone is manifest as the Shishya also. But then that Shraddha, that Vishwasa, only when it's there, Shraddhavan labate jnanam, Acharyavan Purushaha Veda. And therefore, Acharya Anugraha ityadi, it's all necessary. Only therefore, it is verily Ishvara who, in the form of teaching, in the form of the Shishya, in the form of Shraddha, in the form of the Guru, dispels this ignorance. And therefore, unto that Dakshinamurti, who takes the form of Guru Murti, idam namaha. So here, the agraha, the attachment, one's preoccupation with the nama rupa as real has to be dispelled. If not, all of a sudden, at once, at least, sanaihi uparame, gradually one has to give up. If I identify in a particular situation, in a particular moment, if I am thoughtful, if I have insight, if I have the leisure within, then I objectively look at my thinking, my response, etc., and then see, is it behind this, is there this identification, tadatmya, aham manushyaha, I am a jivatma, I am a karta, I am a bhokta. Is this identification is there? Inquire, find out. And then if it is there, then you decide deliberately to put it aside. Right? This may not be jnanam yet, but this is paroksha jnanam definitely. And this is definitely bhavana. And it is this bhavana, this practice which makes the Shraddha total and removes the pratibandhas and thereby makes one possible to own the wisdom, the teaching, and therefore look at oneself. Give yourself in a moment, look at that when you have leisure, right, the inner leisure. Look at, am I doing this because of this pressure that I am a karta, I am a bhokta, I am a manushya, I am a man, I am a woman, I am young, I am pandita, I am rich. Am I driven by this thought? Not the contrary. I am the Purnatma, I am ever free, I am ever Shuddha, I am ever satisfied, Nitya Trupta Aham Asmi. Or am I driven by I am Atrupta, I am Sakhi. When I discover, if I discover that I am driven by this thought, yes, my thinking so, my saying so, my doing so, my reacting so, my responding so is because of this thought. I am a karta, I am an individual, I am a woman, I am a man. Yes, then discard that. You decide to drop it. That is in our hands. This is nididhyasana. This is essential. This is the essential part of nididhyasana, and one has to keep doing that. Keep doing that. Then, in a short time, soon it becomes very easy. It becomes natural for the person to be free from the kartrutva, bhoktrutva, parichinnatva, etc. Therefore, the preoccupation with the nama rupa, preoccupation with the tadatmya, identification with the body and the mind has to be that strength, that strong rope has to be weakened, has to be loosened, that knot has to be loosened. That is in our hands only. Right? That is in our hands. Therefore, we need to, the mumukshu has to keep on doing this. Am I driven by this thought? I am a jiva, I am a karta, I am a man, I am rich, I am pandita. Then just don't go along with this. Some years back, there was this first lady in the US, okay, Madam Nancy Reagan, okay. So there was a drive movement against drugs, okay, and then slogan they coined, just say no, okay. Just say no. If somebody offers you drug, say no. Have the guts, have the courage to say no to that. And then if you have that, if the person has this urge, the strong desire to go to drugs, stay to drugs, you assert yourself, say no to yourself, just say no. Very short but very powerful thought it can be. So, just say no. If I go along with the kartrutvana, look, stay back, step aside and say, I am doing this because of, I think I am a karta. Say no. Not to the karma, not to your responsibility, not to the duties, not your doing, but to the identification, you say no to that. Right? So, learn to do, we have to, this is the sadhana. Tatchintanam, tatkathanam, ityadi, what we see, Brahma abhyasa, one has to do. Therefore, the preoccupation with the identification with the mind and the body, right? I say, I think so, therefore it is real. I feel so, therefore it is real. Right? I said so, therefore it is real. I experienced, therefore it is real. Question that. We have to question that. The experience is there, that is vyavaharika, that is mayika, all right. But the truth of the experience, the truth of the experiencer has to be asserted. You have to assert that. We have to assert to ourselves that, no, I am the sakshi. No, I am the free. I am not a stri. I am not a purusha. Deha is stri deha. Deha is purusha deha. And the mind may be stri mind or the purusha mind. That I am the sakshi of that. I am ever free. And therefore, don't go along with that preoccupation, that habitual error. So, and because of this alone, one continues to identify oneself with the upadhi, and one's vision is blurred, and therefore one commits mistakes. Therefore, it's very important to not to miss me the Chaitanya, not to miss the me the Sakshi. Right. In and through every experience, the Sakshi is ever present. Right? That should not be missed. Right. People go after experiences, they get lost in the experiences or the feeling they get out of the experiences, but they miss out on the Sakshi, which is ever pure, which is what they are looking for through any blessed experience. That is missed. Okay. For which reason they do all the actions, they go for experiences, discovering the Tripta Atma. That is missed. That is the tragedy. So therefore, an intelligent person, a Viveki, should not continue to do that. Therefore, Acharya points out, Maya, Shakti, Vilasa, Kalpita, Mahavyamoha Samharine, Tasmai Namaha. Next sloka, Rahu Grasta Divakarendu Sadrishatyani. We'll see the Sandhi and Anvaya, and then we'll continue. Rahu Grasta Divakara Indu. Divakara is Surya, Sun. Diva Karoti. The word Diva is indeclinable, Avyaya. Diva Karoti iti Divakaraha. One who makes the daylight possible. That is the Surya. Indu is moon. Interesting word. The word Indu comes from Ud Dhatu. Ud, the U becomes, U is substituted by E. Okay. Udi, Udir. Udi is the Dhatu. Unatti is the Kriyapada form. Unatti means blunts the sharp edges, melts. Like, suppose you take the ice cream from the freezer, deep freezer, it's all icicles are there, it's sort of stiff, right? Sort of, hard. And then give time, it melts. What do you call that? Coming to room temperature or, right? Something like that. So, what does the moon do during the sharp light, under the sharp light of the day and sun, and then running about, doing things and all that? The fellow is all like that, like all what do you call that? Hair up. And then, night time what happens? The fellow cools down, thanda ho jata hai, everything is relaxed. Okay. So, unatti iti indu. Moonlight, night time, cools down the person, makes the person enjoy at the end of the day or towards the end of the day, enjoy the labor, the efforts of the day. One should take time to relax and enjoy. Okay. Go to a club and then do this. There again, invoking the sharp individual alone, right? Relax. Mentally relax and then enjoy. That's the Hindu does. So when you see the bright sunlight, we are impelled to be up and active enough. When you see the cool moonlight, relax and enjoy. So Hindu is the Unatti iti Hindu. Pigalta is supposed to just sharp rounds off the sharp edges in the personality, cools down, brings up the relaxed person, makes one possible to enjoy. Okay. Therefore, Unatti Indu, Divakara Indu Sadrishaha, Maya Samachadanat Sanmatraha Karana Upasamharanataha Yaha Abhut Sushuptaha Puman Prag Aswapsam iti Prabodha Samaye Yaha Pratyabhignayate Tasmai Shri Gurumurtaye. Now the Anvaya. Yaha Puman Karana Upasamharanataha Sushuptaha Maya Samachadanat రాహుగ్రస్త దివాకరేందు సదృశః సన్మాత్రః అభూత్ కమా యః ప్రబోధ సమయే ప్రాక్ అస్వాత్సం, దిస్ ఇస్ విత్ ఇన్ కోట్, ప్రాగ్ అస్వాత్సం ఇతి ప్రత్యభిజ్ఞాయతే. ప్రత్యభిజ్ఞాయతే and then tasmai Shri Gurumurtaye Shri Dakṣināmūrtaye idam namaha. I repeat the anvaya. Yaha puman karana upasamharanataha sushuptaha maya samachhadanat rahugrasta divakarendu sadrishaha sन्मात्रः अभूत् यः प्रबोध समये प्राग अस्वाप्सम् इति प्रत्यभिज्ञायते. तस्मै श्री गुरुमूर्तये श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये इदं नमः. We'll continue. मौनव्याख्या प्रकटितपर ब्रह्मतत्त्वं युवानं वर्षेष्ठान्ते वसदृशिगणैरावृतं ब्रह्मनिष्ठैः आचार्येन्द्रं करकलितचिन्मुद्रमानन्दरूपं स्वात्मा रामं मुदितवदनं दक्षिणामूर्तिमीडे. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. हरिः ॐ. श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः. हरिः ॐ.